Jai
Jai Satchidanand.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo
Namo Loe Savasahunam. Eso Pancha Namukaro. Savapavappanasano. Mangalanam cha Savvesim. Padhamam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Good morning. How is everybody? Good evening and good morning. How is everybody?
Good.
Thank you. Okay. Anybody remember homework? I know people don't like homework. Hey, why people don't like homework? Let's start with the oldest person here. Nidhi. Why people don't like homework?
You have to do it at home and they rather do other stuff than homework.
So you don't have to do our homework, right? That's a holiday.
No.
Okay. Anybody remember what the homework was? Nobody?
May I?
Yes, Charvi.
We have to learn and memorize the first nerve column.
Yes. So I send you first column. So can we recite that first column? Who has it? And I think Yashvi sent it, right?
Yeah, I have it memorized.
Remember, can you go slowly so we'll repeat little by little after you? Little by little.
Yeah. Okay. Dearest Dada Bhagwan.
Dearest Dada Bhagwan.
Give me the infinite inner strength.
Give me inner strength.
Not to hurt.
Not to hurt.
Cause someone to hurt.
Cause someone to hurt.
Nor encourage anyone to hurt.
Nor encourage anyone to hurt.
The ego of any living being.
The ego of any living being.
Even to the slightest extent.
Even to the slightest extent.
Give me the infinite inner strength.
Give me the infinite inner strength.
Not to hurt the ego of any living being.
Not to hurt the ego of any
living being.
And to conduct my speech. And to conduct my speech, thoughts, and actions.
And conduct speech and action.
Thoughts and action.
In a manner that is accepted by all.
In a manner that is accepted to all.
By all. Thank you. Now we must memorize this. Okay. Next time, I will ask anybody to recite it with us. Okay. Because this is very, very important. Why it is important?
So is that the homework for the next time again?
Yes, homework for the next time too. to
Memorize.
memorize first code of conduct. Okay. Now, why is this very important? This code of conduct is very important. Anybody? Okay, Deepakanandji. Why it is important for us to know this and to implement
Very
it?
true. Very true. First thing, everyone have a name, and knowingly, unknowingly, directly, indirectly, we identify ourselves by our name. Is that so? Why not big not, little not? So it's so difficult to know whether you said yes or no,
Please speak up, speak up.
right?
Yes.
So it is like, if I don't recognize or identify Arihant, then he may feel bad. Deepakanandji wished everyone, but he didn't wish me hello. Arihant, won't you feel like that? Are you listening? Why do you keep muted?
See, I'm muted. No, I mean, yeah, a little.
Little, but still it matters. So the idea is everyone lives by their ego. And when ego is hurt, everything shatters in that world. Everything goes down. And that is why that is the first column. That's the first code of conduct. And if we focus on that, then all the rest are expansion of the first code of conduct only. Did you all get that? The rest of the 8 code of conducts are expansion of the first one only, directly or indirectly. Okay?
We'll be talking about that, okay?
Yes,
So the
okay.
homework was, are you hurting anybody's ego? Or did you last week, did you hurt anybody's ego? Anybody? Yes, I did. I hurt auntie's ego a couple of times last week. Okay, how about you people? Oh, good people. Nobody hurts anybody. Deepakanandji?
Yeah.
Did you hurt anybody's ego, Deepakanandji?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I just wanted to give a clarification on this, that nobody wants to do anything wrong, but it just happens because we have never corrected or even focused on our dealing, what we speak, what we do. Is that so? At least I understand that very well. And even if I have decided not to do that, somehow it just happens. But after happening, I must and I do remain very alert and I correct myself. That is very important. Did you all understand? Because in any interaction, we feel that, oh, I was just so casual. What is the problem?
No. That was static from Richa. That's okay.
Richa, you remove your headphone. Maybe your headphone is creating problem.
Yes.
There is some loose contact on your microphone. Some noise is coming from your end. Just remove the microphone and you listen directly. Probably that would not make any noise. Okay, do you hear us?
Yes.
Good enough. There's no noise now because many times, because of the loose contact of the microphone, the pin, it creates noise, makes noise. Okay, so this is how, although you have decided not to hurt anybody's ego through your thought, speech, and action, but it just happens. It happens. And so we have to remain watchful and alert and vigilant that am I hurting anybody's ego? Because it's like very casually you tell someone to do something or not to do something and their ego gets hurt very badly. And that's how you realize, because then afterward that person doesn't talk with you nicely. Okay, so this is what it is very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Chelsea hurt her younger brother. I know that because she told me. See? But so it is very important. When I hurt auntie, then I had to apologize, you know.
No, but uncle, the small kids don't have any ego.
Oh, I forgot.
Shilcha, does Golu has ego?
No.
So he doesn't have ego, so there's no problem. So she never hurt anybody's ego. See?
Who doesn't have ego?
Prisha.
Who?
Prisha.
No, she can talk about herself. You don't have to prompt her. Okay, raise hands who doesn't have ego. Do you know what ego is, everybody? Huh? Yes or no? Oh, you want to explain? If you want to say, Deepakanandji, please explain, you know? Are we all going to be mom today?
No, they are afraid that if they are wrong, then what to do?
No, I'm always wrong. Don't worry. Okay, Deepakanandji, explain what is ego in our body.
See, our existence by our name and identification, believing name as I am is ego, and everyone has a name and everyone believes themselves by their name. Is that so? Say something.
Yes. Harshal, don't be on mute.
Oh,
Harshal, you can
unmute.
say yes.
Charvi, unmute.
Yes.
Ruby, unmute.
Yeah.
Why you keep muted?
Through
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, that is ego. And when that gets hurt, you identify yourself by your name. And anything comes on your name, then the whole world like pounces on you. And that's where you get hurt. You feel hurt.
So Deepakanandji,
Okay.
give me the example how one hurts other ego.
So it's like Shelcha tries to say something. I said, oh, please hold on. Not now. By just telling this simple thing to hold someone for a while, can people feel bad about it? Oh my God. Yes, they do feel bad. Why? I was not wrong. Why did he say like this? Okay, so that's where our ego gets hurt.
Now, how many times do we neglect our parents when they want us to do something? Anybody? When your parents ask you to do something, you jump right away? Or if you are busy, I'd say, hey, mom, dad, can I talk to you? Or after 5 minutes, do we do that courtesy? Or we say, dad and mom are always like that. Dad and mom, always like. So neglect them and let their ego hurt the ego. That happens all the time? I think so. Yeah? Right? Tina, Didi, Chia? Huh? Should I ask your parents? Huh? I know everybody's parents, so maybe I call them.
No, you should not put them on spot like that.
Yeah, but they have to say that, yeah, once in a while we do that and we will be mindful not to do it again. That's all.
I was never listening to them, my God. But I used to get a lot of thrashing from them.
Yeah, but at your time, threshing was allowed. Now, no threshing is allowed. No?
Yeah, I know that.
So anyway, be always on the alert, you know, that how you are portraying with other people. Now, Tina and Nidhi, or Shia and Aryan, do you ever get into egos with each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, see? I don't want to know how, but yeah, see, we're just bringing this point to be aware of. That's all. It is okay right now because you are family, okay? You are in the house, so that happens. But when you go out, okay, and when you have to deal with other people, that is where all this will come into hand. You know, you imagine you were working with somebody in the labs, for example, and the ego clashes, then what happens? There's a big problem. So that is why we need to learn to identify, you know, hurting other people. Okay? Okay. Second question, I was good managers. Are you checking, are you a good manager or not?
Yes.
Okay. Who's a good manager or iffy manager? A good manager? All the time?
Yes.
Huh? So no clashes in the house. You don't fight with Charvi. You don't say, hey, there's a Charvi, no good. You don't say like that?
She fights sometimes.
Or she fights with you and you don't fight back?
I also fight sometimes.
Since you are younger, you have to take it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a good manager. So, you know, please, how about management about food? Who's good in good food? All right. So that's a good manager, okay? Now we'll jump into another subject of mind and food for mind. Anybody talk with their parents? What's a good food for mind? So, I'm sorry. So one of the things good for mind is 3 mantra. And why do we do 3 mantra? Have you ever figured out in the beginning we always say 3 mantra, in the end we always say 3 mantra? Why? Deepakanandji, please explain
Yeah.
why do it, and please when we do 3 mantra, what is the benefit and how we should be doing the 3 mantra?
See, one thing, don't we commit mistakes? Yes or no? We all commit mistakes. And when we begin any work, any job, any task, then our intention is we must succeed. We want to succeed. Again, yes or no? Yes, we all want to succeed. So you don't know which mistake, what mistake will come in your way and make you fail, may not be able to achieve your result, your goal. So what you do this prayer, and this prayer is also said that it removes all our obstacles. And when we do this 3 mantra, then we are protecting ourselves that any obstacle that may be coming in our way, we will be protected. We will not be obstructed by that. And at the end, why we do? It's like it's a way we want to respect and thank these great people. And for our future achievement and success, we do the 3 mantra. So it is said in the morning, first thing in the morning, after you wake up, you do 3 mantra 5 times. And before going to bed, you do it 5 times. Okay? Jai Satchidananda.
So to summarize, you said that is to handle the obstructions that helps in obstruction. And then we are bowing to some people who has higher souls and who are higher power.
Powers, qualities.
Okay. So now explain. We said Namo Arihantaram. What does that mean? Anybody knows what is when you say Namo Arihantaram, what it means?
Yes.
Okay,
May I?
Charlie.
It means Arihanto ko namaskar.
Yeah, but who is the Arihant?
Simanda Swami.
Swami Bhagwan.
Okay. Why is it the Arihant of
Because-
Simanda Swami?
Because he is present Tirthankar.
Okay. Good. Good. Okay, everybody got that? When we say Namo Arihanta, we are bowing to the Arihant Bhagwan who is Simanda Swami. And because he is the Bhagwan right now and he has the quality of a Bhagwan, so we want that quality of Bhagwan in us. Now, Deepakanadji, what's the quality of a Bhagwan though?
See, when we say Bhagwan, it's a Sanskrit word. Bhag represents light, light of knowledge. And one means one who is full of knowledge. So, someone who is free from mistakes, free from inner enemies, inner weaknesses, then naturally he will live in such a way that no one is hurt by him. At the same time, he will be helpful to everyone, right? And that's why Simanda Swami Bhagwan is the one when we say Namo Ariyantanam, he has been his inner enemies, he is free from all inner enemies, and he is a perfect guide to everyone for their real welfare, in the sense for their liberation and inner happiness. Okay, so when we bow to Simanda Swami Bhagwan, then naturally we get those qualities of overcoming our inner enemies. We get that inner strength to overcome, to fight our inner enemies, our inner weaknesses. I don't believe these kids have inner weaknesses. They are all very smart. Is that so? Ah, people are laughing, so I know. Anyway, the idea is we must understand that there are weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, inner ones, which only show up when we do something. Not that because those inner weaknesses are there, in whatever thing we do, they are going to come out, they are going to manifest one way or the other. And when they manifest, then only we come to know that, hey, this is there. So we want to remain vigilant, we want to be careful, we want to remain very much aware what we are doing, what we are speaking, and what we are thinking. And when we say Namo Ariyantanam, then we get that inner strength to fight our inner weaknesses and inner enemies. These inner enemies and weaknesses make us commit mistake outside in our dealing, in our behavior, in our thinking, and in our verbal interaction. Okay?
Now,
That's why we say Namo Ariyantanam.
Deepakanadji, my question is, when I said Namo Arihantaram, I'm bowing to Simanda Swami who is somewhere else. So what is the science behind all that? How does Simanda Swami all the way, very far away, it reaches us, or
Right.
what happens here? This
Very
is
true, very
science,
true, very
science
true.
behind this?
Yeah, very much. See, the other day in one of the previous sessions, you had said that our mind works like a transmitter and a receiver. So when you do that with our inner hearty feelings, then whoever we remember, we think, it reaches that person. So it's like sitting here, if I think negative about Radni uncle, then it reaches him. And if I think positive about him, then also it reaches him. So although he's like 3,000 miles away from here in India, my connectivity is always there if I don't think negatively. But if I think negative about him, then that connectivity is not there. And maybe even if I meet him after 10 years, these negative effects will come out. I will not feel easy with him. Don't we feel uneasy with other people? Some people you feel very much bad, and other people you feel so good. They don't do anything to you, they don't help you out, but still you feel good. Okay?
Everybody
That's why
understand?
this is the importance of bowing to Simandar Swami, because he is the living example of perfection.
Okay, everybody
Okay?
understand the science behind this? And
Yes.
everybody
Yes.
has a photo, picture of Simandar Swami in the home?
Yes.
Okay, so when you say Om Namo, then you bow to him, okay? What's the next one? What's the next one, Charvi?
Namo Siddhanam.
Okay. Now, Deepakanandji, when I say Namo Siddhanam, what comes to my mind, or what does it mean?
Can I हम महावीर भगवान को नमस्कार करते हैं.
Okay. Deepakanandji?
Right. So Mahavir Bhagwan is Siddha now. He is a Siddha Bhagwan. So that's true. That's true. And Siddha Bhagwan means one who has balanced all their worldly interactions, credit and debit, and they have freed themselves and got liberated as pure soul. And they are at the top of the universe where all liberated souls exist. So until you have a body, you will have suffering. And suffering means you don't like it. Happiness is also suffering and unhappiness is also suffering. Why? Because both are temporary. Anyway, unhappiness nobody likes. But happiness, the worldly happiness, why it is suffering? Because it goes. And when it goes away, then you feel bad. So one who is free from body and exists as pure consciousness, as pure soul only, they are all liberated and they are infinite. So when you say Namo Siddhanam, that is our goal, the final goal of liberation. But before accomplishing that goal, we have a lot to do over here. That is why, while finishing or fulfilling our duty, our responsibility, we don't get hurt and we remain happy and cheerful all the time. That is why we chant Tri Mantra.
Okay. Okay, let's go repeat ourselves now. So when we say Namo Arihantaram, what really it means? Anybody? Tina, Nidhi?
We're reaching out to Srimandar Swami, the bull.
Okay, and why we want to bow to him?
Because he's like he's the God that's the perfectionist. Or he's like top.
And what do you want from him?
Do you want to be like him or like have like the qualities he has?
Like perfection? Like what? Qualities like?
Happiness.
Okay. Chia?
Can I?
Oh, hold on, Arvi. Ara? Chia, what do you want from Simandar Swami?
Like the life that he has, like he's like pain free and like he's like good to all people and like everyone respects him.
Okay, how about Yashvi?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. When we say Namo Ariyantaramar, we are bowing to Simbanda Swami because Nidhi said because his perfection and his God and a lot of good qualities. So when you bow to him, what do you want from him?
To be free-spirited, to not cause pain to anybody else, and only be happy, be in a happy state of mind.
Good. Harshal?
Overcoming inner enemies and weaknesses.
Okay. You have to define weaknesses next time, okay? Charvi or?
May
Yeah.
we want salvation. It means to get free from the cycle of birth and death.
Okay, that's a good one. How about Arav?
He does Jag Kalyan.
Okay.
I also want to do that.
Okay. Okay. Chelsea is hiding, so she doesn't want to say. How about Dhruvi?
I want his blessings.
You want what?
His blessings.
What blessing? What kind of blessings you want?
That I can be helpful and respect everyone.
Good, good. So, Deepakanandji, is that all this have very good ideas? Anything you want to add or summarize? What we want?
So it is very important because that is the final state of perfection. Ultimate 100% perfect. And unless you come across a living person like that, you cannot learn and become perfect 100%. So the very principle of living is, learning is, the learning principle is as you see, so you learn. So unless you see a person in person, personally, one-to-one, you cannot really get that quality. So by bowing from here, finally a time will come, wherein we will be one-to-one with Simbanda Swami Bhagwan. And then when you see that perfection will open within you. You know how you practice, someone who wants to become a doctor, then they practice with some senior doctor. They see them and they learn. Just by reading from the books, you cannot become a doctor. Just by reading from the books, you don't become an engineer. Okay?
Okay. Now, next thing, Namo Siddharam. What do we want from the Siddha Bhagwans?
We also want to become like them. We also want to be Siddh.
Yes. Who else? Dhruvi? Didi, Tita, Tina, Sia, Yashvi, anybody? What do you want from Siddha Bhagwans when you bow to them? Harshal?
Yeah, so from Siddha Bhagwan, we want the strength to balance all our worldly interactions.
Well, that is true, but what Arav said, we want freedom. We want freedom from all this misery.
Getting liberated as free souls.
Yeah. Okay. Time is coming up, but let's do the third one. What's the third one?
Namo Ayuryanam.
Okay. Namo
We do namaskar to Acharya Bhagwan.
Okay. Let Deepakanandji explain more about who is an Acharya Bhagwan.
Okay, Acharya Bhagwan is like the dean or the principal of our school. You know, the school, wherever you are studying, you have a principal, colleges have dean.
Headmasters or
headmaster. Clear? So, headmaster or the dean or the principal, under him there are so many teachers and professors who teach. He doesn't go and teach, but he has attained that perfection. And that's how whatever Aryan Bhagwan has said, he has those qualities as the ideal Acharya, means the head of the teachers. And he manages, under him, all the teachers do their work. Okay? And when you say Namo Ayaryanam, then we eventually become that perfect which is defined by Aryan Bhagwan.
So why I want to bow to Namo Aryantaram, and who is Namo Aryantaram?
Namo Aryantanam?
No, sorry. Aryanam.
See, like, the small kids, they haven't gone to school yet, not even kindergarten, right?
Yes.
So gradually they will go to school, and when they go to school, they become student. Like all these kids are student now. So you have to be a perfect student, then only you will succeed and go further in your grades, in your standard, in your years. First year, second year, third year. When you reach your 10th or 12th grade, then you go to the college. So unless you are a good student, then you cannot go further. But how every teacher was a student, every principal was a teacher someday. So that is how the progression takes place. So as you go further, when you say Namo Ayaryanam, so the teachers, they will specifically contemplate to become a principal, to become the dean, the headmaster. So that is how they have to become perfect in their skill. Okay. So those qualities must come. These qualities are defined very specifically.
So when I say Namo Ayaryanam, what am I expecting from this?
The Gyan they have captured. We also want that.
Yes, good.
So you will start using that knowledge. You'll be living those principles, basically.
So these acharyas who are talking, they are the persons who have learned all the principles of Arihants and Siddharam, and they become principal. Am I right? And that's why we want to bow to them.
Right.
Yeah. So they are the present in our environmental deans who have learned everything and who are teaching us. One of the examples, can Dada Bhagwan be one of the examples?
Yes, so actually Dada Bhagwan was beyond Acharya and under Aryan Bhagwan, but more nearer to Aryan Bhagwan and far away from Acharya Bhagwan.
Okay, everybody understands? When
yes.
you say Namo Ayaryanam, what you went from them, you want from that headmaster all the qualities that they have learned from the Aryans and Siddharams, you want to inherit. Okay, so we'll stop here. So please practice that now when you talk. Okay, and the homework, please memorize the first code of conduct and how you are a manager to manage that first code of conduct. Okay?
Reddy Bhai, I just wanted to know, does everyone have the first code of conduct with them?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Yashvi send it to them.
Okay.
Right? Everybody has it in there, sent to their Charvi. I think your parents may have got it. Arav, your parents might have got it, okay?
What?
The first, in English, the first code of conduct. Or in fact,
Actually,
all nine.
Charvi had translated into Hindi, but I think so it was not this one. So did you receive the English version of the first column, first code of conduct,
Charvi?
which Yashvi
I know, but in
recited?
Hindi.
Okay, good.
Come again, what is it?
He knows in Hindi. But please learn in English also so we can be together on this one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so what is the homework? Memorize the first code of conduct and see how you are a manager about the first code of conduct. And practice this first three mantras and try to get all the vibrations back and forth from the Bhagwan's, okay? Okay? Who can write a summary of today's session?
May I?
Okay, Harshal. Okay. Chia, can you do the three mantra? Chia and Aryan?
Yeah. Yeah. Namo Vitragai.
Namo Vitra.
Namo Arihantaram.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Sitaram.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyaram.
Ayariyanam.
Namo Vasayaram.
Namo Vajayanam.
Namo Loya Savasaram.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Eso Panchanukaro.
Eso Panchanamakaro.
Sava Pavak Parasana.
Sarvabhavaparasano.
Mangalam Chasavesim.
Mangalam Savesim.
Padvam Havai Mangalam.
Padmam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Thank you all for coming. See you next